So I'm in Tridel.
Okay. Oh my God, Tridel. I think I said Delta Phi one time. Doesn't it say Delta Phi on your house?
It says Delta, Delta, Delta.
Oh, Delta Delta.
It,
Okay.
it's
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables.
Okay, you guys. Today's an extra special guest. My daughter Gabriella is here. She's the quiet one, the smart one, the calm one, but she's also got a lot to say. So I can't wait for you guys to get to know her better. We're talking college life, growing up, Giudice, and everything in between. Let's get into it. Hi, Gabriella.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. And Gabriella is in the Bahamas with
Yes.
her dad.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Gabriella. I miss you. How many days you've been there?
3 days.
I miss you.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
been.
be there for.
I feel like it's been longer.
I know because I've been traveling a little bit this month before I start my internship.
Oh yeah. Tell everybody where you just were.
I was in Croatia, so I went to Split, Dubrovnik, and Hvar. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, she said that um, Croatia is definitely a place to go. So that's going to be on my list to go check out.
Exactly. My mom's not a big Game of Thrones fan, but I am, which has initially sparked my interest in the country. But
Yes.
it was really beautiful. They have great beaches, and the old towns are really great to explore.
Yeah, and she went to like where Game of Thrones was filmed.
Yeah,
So
I went
yeah,
to a
that's
couple of the locations. I'm not like a museum person or anything, but it was nice to just see it in person.
that's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said I would love Havar. So I want
Yes.
to go to Havar because the
Like
beach
Hvar.
clubs.
Yeah, it's an island and they have beach clubs. Everything's walking distance, great weather.
That's so good. So yeah, so she's been traveling. So she came home from school and then she left and she was home for a day and then she left again and then she's gonna come home. After she comes home from the Bahamas, she's gonna start her internship and then she'll be working for the summer. Yeah,
Exactly.
and that's it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
And then
it's
we'll see what else is going on. There's always something going on,
yeah, just
right?
spending time. I mean, we have our beautiful backyard, so we can just lay out on there during the weekends.
Yeah, so yeah, and Louie and I might have some surprises for you. So we'll see. All right, so let's do general catch up. What's been the biggest change in your life since you left home?
I would definitely say family. I think when you're home, you take it for granted how you get to see your family every day and passing around the house. And at college, you obviously aren't surrounded by your family. So now I just am more intentional about staying connected with everybody and calling them, texting them more often. Because if you don't take the initiative to do that, obviously, then you lose contact. And I guess a lot of days go by before you realize, wow, like I haven't talked to my sister in a while. So just staying in contact really has helped me with that. But the culture is definitely a little different in the Midwest compared to the East Coast. I really miss our Sunday family dinners, and I don't really get that at college. So I've just been adjusting, and it's nice that I'm surrounded by friends a lot.
Oh yeah, and Gabriella was living in a sorority house, which was nice. How many girls were you living in there with?
I would say like 60 girls.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Gabriella had her own room
yeah,
because she worked really hard for it. Like you have to get points
yeah.
in order, right? Gabriella, tell them
Yeah,
how that
it was a
works.
point system. So, as a freshman, my second semester, I joined the sorority and I was anticipating living in my sophomore year. So, that entire second semester, you work for points. And I would say the majority of the points come from attending philanthropy events, just volunteering for literally anything you can. You have to be the first one to hit those emails and sign your name up on spreadsheets. But it was definitely worth it because I've always been a really clean person and just being able to have my own space in a house full of 60 girls was really helpful because I got to spend time with them all the time, but also had my alone time.
Yeah, no, that's and Leah, if you know anything about Gabriella, she's very OCD. If you would see her bedroom, oh my God, everything is organized to a T.
Yeah.
Like, no, like sleeping with the enemy, everything's facing forward, stacked like on top of each other, the same size. It's like everything's going the same direction. Like I touched some hangers in her room and she's like, who touched the hangers in my room. Like she knows everything
Yeah,
about.
I
Yeah,
noticed it immediately, so it definitely helps keep me sane when I get to control everything in my room at least.
yeah, and we're not allowed in her room with shoes on, and even though I don't like to even wear shoes in the house, but yeah, definitely she freaks out. Like you cannot wear shoes in her room, which I totally understand. Yeah. Um, okay, let's see the next question. Um, what's a typical day? All right. Oh, well, let's tell them what's your because Gabriella goes to the University of Michigan, just in case nobody doesn't know that. She is so smart, absolutely so proud of her. Like, yeah, I'm a proud mommy. And tell them what sorority that you're with.
So I'm in Tridelt.
Okay. Oh my God, Tridel. I think I said Delta Phi one time. Doesn't it say Delta Phi on your house?
It says Delta Delta Delta.
Oh, Delta Delta.
It,
Okay.
it's Tri Delta, but
Oh,
Tri
it's
Delta.
Tridel. Because I thought it was Delta Phi
No, no.
because it was Delta. Yeah, I remember Delta, something
Yeah,
with
no,
Delta.
it's three triangles, but on my house it says Delta, Delta, Delta. But it's a great sorority. I've honestly found people that have similar values as me, and when I was going through the recruitment process, they obviously stood out, and that was the house I knew I wanted, and wanted to live in my sophomore year with all the girls that I had been introduced to, and I definitely don't regret it. It's made my college experience really great. I would say the great thing about Michigan is you don't rush your first semester of college. So Melania, she rushed her first semester. So she met all of her friends right in her sorority, but I had the opportunity to meet people naturally first semester. And then come second semester, you rush for your sorority. And I got really lucky because I met amazing girls my freshman year, and we all ended up in different sororities. But it's nice because I have my friends in my sorority and also outside of my sorority. So it's just about making time for both and, obviously doing different things with different groups of people.
Yeah, and I like that because then you have friends in your sorority and out of your sorority, and then you could go party with the other sororities.
Oh, exactly, because there's different mixers, of course. Not every sorority goes to the same mixer, but I was really lucky just because I met a great group of girls both in and out of the sorority.
Gabriella, what's a typical day like on your campus?
Yeah, so a typical day, when I'm making my schedule, I make my earliest classes at 10 a.m. In college, I don't know what it is. I'm not lazy at all. That's not it. In high school, I could wake up at 6:30, but at 8 a.m. in college, I just wouldn't be able to do it. It would be kind of miserable. So at 10 a.m. is a perfect start to my day. I try and get up around 8:30, get ready. I really enjoy having breakfast in the morning. And then I just walk to my first class, which is typically at 10 a.m. And then when I'm scheduling, I usually try to do them back to back because I like to get done earlier in my day. So I don't really prefer classes in the late afternoon. I have probably 2 to 3 classes on average per day, so I'm just doing that. I mean, this year, at least during like lunchtime around 12:30, I would go back to my sorority house, eat lunch, go to my second class, third class, and then right after I was finished with my classes for the day, I just went like straight to a study spot, whether that be the library or, a quiet room in the house, and I would just start my homework because obviously in college, it's not like you have daily assignments. They're assignments that are like long term, and you just have to start doing them little by little, otherwise you'll fall behind. But yeah, because it's a school like Michigan, I would say I definitely have to stay on top of my work and have a very disciplined schedule, and that way I'm able to finish everything on time and keep up with all my studies.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, just dinner
Um,
at the house and probably a sweet treat around 9 o'clock because we're
yeah, I love that.
help ourselves.
What made you choose economics in college?
Yeah, I chose economics because it provides like a strong analytical foundation and also gives you a very deep understanding of the markets, which a lot of other majors don't. It's very broad, and I feel like you can kind of go into any career path you want to, depending on your interests. I have always known that I wanted to go into finance, so that's ultimately why I chose it. And I recently just got admitted into the Ross minor at the yeah, I'm really
I know. I'm so excited. We just found out.
really happy about that because now I'll also have those finance courses under my belt, marketing courses, more of a like overall business like curriculum as well, which I'm happy about. And yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what career path I want to pursue exactly, but I've done an internship last year in investment banking, this year in forensic accounting. So I've been shifting career paths just to see what aligns with my interests the most and what fits well with me. But economics has been great. It's definitely difficult, but I like it.
Yeah, no, and it's good. You should definitely try different, jobs in that field so then you can
Yeah.
see what you enjoy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, everything revolves around the market. So once you understand that, and like I said, with the minor of business, I can now get in the finance courses, and then it'll help me with the finance career I ultimately end up pursuing.
What's the vibe like at Michigan?
I would say the perfect words to describe Michigan is a work hard, play hard mentality. I would say the fall semester is so fun because you have game days like almost every Saturday, the ones that are home games at least. And you literally wake up at 6 a.m. and go to tailgates, go to the game. It's a really fun day. And then the great thing about it is, you can go out with your friends on the weekend, have a lot of fun, but then, during the week you lock in and you get your work done and all your priorities are in place.
Yeah, and I've been there on game day. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a long day, a lot of walking, but it's
Walking.
fun.
I felt so bad when
Wait, and it's like so crowded, Gabriella. That was like I didn't like that people pushing me.
I
It was
have
like
to
a
be honest, you came like for the USC game, and we had never played USC like ever. So it was a very hectic game, and I took you in through the student section because we were a little late, and I didn't want to miss the beginning of the game. And I actually felt so bad. Like Louis, my mom, and me were like sardines
I know.
in this line, and I felt so bad. It was
No, it's not your fault, but it was like, yeah, they were pushing me. I'm like, can you stop pushing me? I was
like
like,
I'm a kid, like I can go through that. I shouldn't have took you through the student section, but I just thought it was a shorter line. It was like chaos.
okay, so next, if I come for another game day, we're not going to the student
Yeah.
section.
So, like it was interesting because I've never seen it that packed either. Usually because there's so many like entrances and like the traffic in the stadium usually very fast. You're in and you're out. You never is
Oh, okay. Well,
crowded
I
like
came on a day that it was like, I was
yeah,
like, what the hell? Like they were pushing. I
I
was
know.
like, can you
So
get
bad.
off of me? And I was like, it
So
was like annoying.
bad. I know, but the game was really fun and we got
It
some
was. And we won.
yeah, we did win. So
That
I
was,
thought it was
do you
great.
remember the score?
I do not.
Okay, yeah, it was good. I remember that game. That was a good game. And I have to say I love football because I grew up watching football in our house. My
Yeah.
dad was my dad was a 49ers fan, so
I
we
remember
watched
that.
football every Sunday. Yeah.
I mean, I got really lucky because my freshman year of college, we obviously won the national championship. So I
I
was so
know.
excited. Our all-time high. And then come sophomore year, we weren't as good. We lost a lot of our senior players, but we still beat Ohio State. So that's all that matters.
And it was so funny. The game that I went to, um, we're standing like we were right behind the players, and then all of a sudden I see one of the jerseys and it says Giudice. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my God, Gabriella, there's a player that has her last name, and it
It's
was
just
so
funny.
fun.
And it was the first time I had even realized it. And, my dad is DMing this kid or posting on his story. That could be my son, like as a joke, obviously. And a couple weeks later,
I
after
mean,
my
that's true. I just saw, Bella Hadid and her sister Gigi Hadid.
yeah.
It just came out. They have a sister. They found out they have a sister.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. And
I,
like, because I guess something, yeah. So she just
yeah.
came forward. She took a DNA test
Well, all right.
and
Well, he's not his son, but yes,
I know.
that can happen in some cases. He was from New Jersey, which made it even more ironic, honestly. But it was great because after mom had posted the story, a couple weeks later, I was just, having dinner on Sunday at my sorority house. All of a sudden, this girl comes up to me. She's like, "Oh, like there's somebody in the front, like this guy." I was like, "Oh, okay, he's looking for you." And one of his cousins or friends like hand delivered me a jersey with the Giudice last name on it, and it was so sweet of them.
Yeah, that was so nice. I
Yeah,
love that. See, us Judases have to stick together.
exactly.
Yeah. All right. What's your proudest academic moment so far? I would say the Ross, right?
honestly, yeah, I would have to say getting accepted into the Raw School of Business for the business minor.
I mean, sorry, I answered that for you because I was so proud. I mean, we just found out, like, what, you just found out, wait, on Friday, right?
Yeah, literally Friday.
On Friday, yep. And she texted in the group chat, and we were like, oh my gosh, she called me. I was just like, oh my gosh, so proud of you.
I was really happy about that. I would say that I've managed to keep a really great GPA all of college just by working hard, but the Ross business minor is something that I really wanted, so I'm happy I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've been working so hard. Like, she's always studying, which is pretty amazing, you know?
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, and you're right. You play hard and you work hard. You do both. Yeah, which
You
is
just have
so
to have
good.
a balance. It's all about balance.
How has joining a sorority shaped your experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think I touched on that a little bit, but like I said, it's nice because you rush second semester of college. So your first semester, you naturally meet people and form your own group of friends. Then come second semester, you either have some of your first semesters in your sorority or you don't, your first semester friends, but that wasn't the case with me. So I kind of have like a group in my sorority and out of my sorority.
But also you meet all different types of people, right? It's
No, you do. It's
very
like
diverse. Is it very, yeah, very diverse, right?
100%, very diverse because also like aside from sorority or like social life, like there's also professional clubs and organizations that you join. I'm a part of a couple finance organizations at like that are affiliated with Ross. So I've also met a lot of friends through there, and we have coffee chats with each other and stuff. So you can meet people pretty much anywhere on campus.
Yeah, I love that. She calls it coffee chats. She's like, I'm going for a coffee chat today. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Do you ever feel pressure to be more private than your sisters?
I would say no. You've always been really accepting of what I wanted with the whole public eye experience. And if anything, it would be the opposite. In fact, people would probably want to pressure me to be more public, if anything. But you've never done that, so I don't feel any pressure to do anything. It's just something that I naturally gravitated toward. I didn't feel the need to share my life, my personal life, and I didn't. I just share what I have to on the show, and that's been good for me.
Yeah, no, and I'm fine with it. So that's why if anybody asks, like, why don't you tag your daughter in pictures?
Yeah, it's
I don't tag her because she's private and she wants to be private, and I'm totally fine with that.
yeah, it's because you asked me, and I don't want to be tagged.
Yeah, no, and it's fine, and I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah.
How did you carve out your own identity being part of such a big TV family?
I guess I carved out my own identity with my goals in life, honestly. I've always been really, I know we keep talking about school, but I've just always been really dedicated to my schoolwork, and I knew that I wanted to get into a really good college. I knew that I wanted to have a successful career. Like, I think growing up near New York City also helped me with that. It's like the epicenter of the world, so there's so many opportunities there, and I've always loved working with numbers. So I think through working hard in school and finally getting into the university that I've always dreamed of, helped me kind of shape my own identity and also realize that I want to pursue a career in finance. At the University of Michigan, there's so many resources to pursue a career in finance. And because of that, I've learned so much, which has also helped me develop this passion to pursue that career path. But it has honestly been really easy and natural for me to carve my own identity.
Oh, I love you, Gabriella. You're
Yeah,
so beautiful.
I love you.
And I call Gabriella, she has a nickname. Yeah, I don't have that many nicknames for my girls, but I mean, Gabriella has a nickname. Her nickname is she's my porcelain doll
Yeah.
because she has like porcelain skin. She's so, so that's her nickname, porcelain doll. So I always call her my porcelain doll since she was born. Yeah, since she was born.
Did you just randomly say it one day or what?
Yeah, I'm like, she's my porcelain doll. Yeah, so I was like looking at you. I'm like, she's my porcelain doll. So I used to always say that she's yeah, she would be my porcelain doll. Yeah. Did your dad know I called you that? Yeah, right?
I'm sure he knows. If I said it to him right now,
You gotta ask him. Ask him.
he'd
Yeah.
ask him. It's
Okay.
funny, Mom. These days, randomly, he calls me Gabby. You wouldn't like that, though.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God, yeah, no. Like, yeah. Joe picked Gabriella's name. I picked Gia's name. I picked Melania's name, and I picked Audriana's name. And Gia was after the movie, that Gia movie with Angelina Jolie. And then my father's name starts with GIA. So I was like, oh my God, I have to call her Gia. And then Gabriella came along, and then Louis. Then Joe said he liked Gabriella because he dated a girl named Gabriella. And I was just like, I'm like, I don't want people calling her Gabby, you know? And he's like, they're not going to call her Gabby. I'm like, yes, they. Well, you should ask him. Maybe he called his ex-girlfriend Gabby. Yeah, maybe.
I have to ask him, but I mean, it's only my friends that call me Gabby. I was just surprised because once in a while he does say Gabby, and it's almost like I obviously don't mind it, but I know you would never call me that.
Yeah, we all call her Gabriella in our house. Right? Do your sisters? Anybody calls you Gabby?
No, Louis calls me Gab. So does
Yeah.
like both Louis kind of call me Gab. I don't think they call me Gabby.
Yeah.
And my sisters call me Gabriella.
Yeah, and I call her Gabriella. Yeah. And then Melania, I was pregnant with her in Milan, and then I heard Donald Trump's wife's name was called Melania. I was like, oh my God, I love that name. And then I was in Milan. I was like, oh my God, I want to name my daughter Melania, like Milan, but I spell it like Donald Trump's wife's. If you look at the way she spells her name, it looks like Melanie.
L, yeah. And then you
Yeah.
based it off of the city of Milan.
Yeah. So I based it off of Milan, and then I added an IA at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then Audriana, I wanted a name with an A because my mom was Antonia. So, and I liked Adriana in Italian. So I was like, but I didn't want everyone to call her Adrian, Adriana.
I really like Audriana because I would say the more common version of that name is Adriana, but I've never honestly seen anybody with the name Audriana.
And I like to be different and stand out. So that's why I was like, AU. I remember my father, he's like, why it's not AU? And I'm like, I want AU. He
Yeah.
wanted me, because he's like, Adriana is like AD, the real way in Italian. But I love the way it sounds in Italian. But I love Adriana in English too.
Yeah, no, they're both gorgeous. I mean, honestly, all of my sisters have really unique names.
Yeah, but I love your name too, Gabriella.
I like it too. I don't mind it. It's just more common, but
It
I like
fits you. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of Gabriellas. Yeah. Do you
All
like
right.
your name?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
I like
Okay,
it.
just want to make sure. Okay. Was there a moment when you really felt the impact of being on the Real Housewives of New Jersey?
Definitely during all of the legal matters you and Dad were going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. You and your sisters seem so close. How do you guys stay so connected?
Yeah. So when I'm home, it's very easy because I see them every day. Even before I left for the Bahamas, I was home for only a day, and Gia and I had a movie night. And we also went to Sundays. We had sushi Sundays, and then we had a movie night, and I made her watch My Fault London. I had her crying. It was so funny.
Really? What,
Yeah.
what is it? It's a show?
Well, I wanted you to join us that night. You were just tired. No, it's a movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I was tired that night. I don't even know what I was doing. I know.
No, it was really funny though. She started crying. I was like, yes.
Uh,
But anyways, so
well, when you come home, we'll watch it.
yeah, we'll watch it. I always make people watch that movie because I think it's so good, and everyone usually always loves it.
What's it called again?
My Fault London.
My Fault London.
Like an unconventional love story.
I love love stories.
Unconventional though. I will note that. But it's
Okay.
really good, and the characters are really good.
Okay, I like it. All right.
yeah, and then
Definitely gonna put that on my movie list.
And then I say, apart from being home, like obviously at home we make plans, we see each other, we hang out. But at college, it's just about, picking up my phone, calling them, texting them on my way to class. And we have like a Snapchat group chat that like we send stuff in on the weekends, during the weekdays, which is really cute.
Yeah, I love that. And we have a family group chat also that we always
yeah.
stay connected. Yeah, that makes us all stay connected.
Exactly. Just gotta FaceTime, and it's nice because I'm really blessed. All my family loves to come visit me, so I've really been grateful for that. You came, Louis came, little Louis came, Melania, Gia. They've all come at least once. The only person that hasn't come is Audriana, but I'm planning a visit for her this fall, so I'm super excited.
Yeah, and she's gonna go for a game day. So
Yeah. It'll give her a feel for a different type of college since she's already visited UTampa, but they're completely different vibes.
Yeah, and then next year, in September, when she comes, she's going to be a junior. So she's going to start thinking about what colleges she wants to go
No,
to. Oh my God.
exactly. That's why I wanted her to come for a game day because Big Ten type schools are definitely different than the South. So,
Yeah. So she could see what she wants.
yeah, of
And
course.
she already visited Melania. And I don't remember if did she visit Gia. I'm trying to think if she visited Gia.
Probably not. She was really
Yeah.
young.
She was younger.
Yeah.
What's something people don't know about your relationship with me?
I have a really good relationship with you, but I would say we really don't fight.
That's true. We don't.
We like don't
Yeah.
fight. So we don't argue. Even if like one of us are getting annoyed, like I really never, ever, ever like to yell at you because I would regret it instantly. So yeah, we don't fight. We don't argue. There's nothing to argue about. We usually see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah, so we get it. I know, because usually I know a lot of moms and daughters do fight. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
normal.
grateful for that.
I mean, not healthy necessarily, but it's normal, I meant.
What, oh, that moms and daughters fight?
Yes, like it's common.
No, I know, but I don't like fighting. I know. Yeah, it is. I know you're right. It is common, but thank God we don't. Yeah. What's one value you've taken from your family that you can carry into your adult life?
From our family?
Yeah, like one value that you've taken from our family that you could carry into your adult life.
Respect. I would say as the generations go on, I think respect isn't taught to children as much, and they forget just, regular etiquette with simply going into somebody's house and greeting everyone, saying hello. You've always taught me growing up to kiss everybody in the cheek, say hello. When you're leaving somewhere, having dinner with another family, you always say thank you, please and thank you. I know that sounds like it would be second nature to most people, but unfortunately it's not. So I definitely want to instill respect in my family and my kids in the very far future.
I love that. And everyone, I have to say, I know you would think that that's just normal. A lot of parents tell me how respectful all you girls are, all
Yeah.
four of you. They always tell me. I get that told to me a lot, which makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just always have to be polite. I think that's really important. And if you treat people with respect around you, they're going to give you the same treatment back.
All right. I know you want to study abroad, and I know we've talked about this. So it's between Barcelona and Madrid, right?
Yeah.
Have you made up your mind yet?
No, it's difficult. Well, it's really great because at my school, it's so common to study abroad. So, like, everybody in my sorority, all my friends are studying abroad, most of them at least. And I would say it's really split. Some are going to Barcelona, some are going to Madrid. I've only ever been to Barcelona. I went with Gia once, and I really did love it. It's a very young city. There's a lot to do. It's right by the beach, which is nice. But you didn't like it. I know you didn't like
Well,
it.
it was no, because I was going to tell you. No, I mean it's just a very busy city. It reminds me of New York,
No,
but it looks I would say prettier because it has a lot of culture and
a lot of
like
architecture.
a lot of art, a lot of like beautiful churches. The buildings are beautiful.
But like, there's a lot of architecture that's really beautiful. Uh, but I don't know. I'm like leaning Madrid right now, I think, because I've obviously just asked a lot of people about their experiences, and what I've heard is that Madrid's just a very beautiful city. It's more culturally like immersive, and they even said the architecture there with just the way the city looks is even more beautiful. So I don't know. It's a difficult decision. I obviously won't be going wrong with either city, but I don't know. I might go Madrid. I'm not sure.
Well, all right, I have a surprise for you. Um, Louis and I, we want to take you to Madrid this summer. Yeah. Yes, we want to take you to Madrid. That's that we wanted to surprise you with that. So we're
You
going
don't
to take
have to
you to.
do that though. I don't need to see it.
No, I know, but we wanted you to see it so you could see, like, if then you could pick because then you'll see Madrid and you'll see Barcelona, and then you could pick which one you want to go to.
Yeah. Well, thank
that you
you.
want to go for this semester.
Love you guys. That's super, super nice of
Love
you.
you. Yeah, so we want, we want to take the family there.
I
So
really,
like, it's just depending on everyone's schedule. So if
yeah.
it, works out. So yeah.
I have like a 1 week gap between when my internship ends and when I go back to school. But if it works out, it works out either way.
Yeah,
So,
we really want to take you because last year you didn't come to Bodrum, Turkey because you had your internship, so you
yeah,
couldn't come.
yeah,
So that's why. So we want to try to, hopefully, we want to definitely take you because you didn't come last year. So
that's really nice. I mean, I will be living in either place either for 4 or 5 months. So I do really want to like my home base. So if I get to see it, it's great. If not, word of mouth will be great for me instead.
got it. Oh no, I want to take you. So.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so we're done with part one. I just wanted to thank you, Gabriella, for coming on. We're going to do part two, and part two is going to be fan questions and turning the table questions. So I just wanted to tell everybody thank you so much for tuning in to Turning the Tables. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe where you get your podcast. And love, love, love you guys. Thank you, Gabriella. Love you.
Of course. Thank you for
Mwah.
having me. Love you.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables. Let's go. I know you love my style. I'm gonna make them smile.